How's it going, everybody? So, I'm a little sick right now, um, but I'm wanting to talk about the whole Patreon thing. So, I'm not going to be advertising the fact that I have a Patreon anymore because, well, as you guys know, or some of you know, I'm a United States veteran of the Navy. That's why I like the Navy stuff. And the first little bit of Sailor's Creed is I am a United States sailor, and I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. You know, one of the first portions of the Constitution, or actually it's the Bill of Rights, is the right to free speech. So, I'm a little, my brain's a little fried right now, so I can't tell you exactly which one, but it's kind of a big deal to me. I realize that the whole thing is, Patreon does have a right to say, I don't want you on my platform. That's totally within their rights. But going through and enforcing rules unevenly, I won't stand for. I'll keep my Patreon up. I don't have any patrons at the moment, so it's not too big of a deal. But as soon as another viable option comes up, I will remove the Patreon links from all of my previous videos, and I will go through and update it with something else. I I don't agree with everything people have said. This is all in reference to Sargon of Akkad. You know, I don't agree with everything that he said, but he has a right to say it. And anybody that says that he doesn't have a right to speak, or anybody that says that somebody doesn't have the right to voice their opinion is, my opinion, kind of un-American. I see people online where I disagree with every word that comes out of their mouth. They have a right to speak. It's not my job to say you can't talk. They have their opinions, they have them for a reason. So, it's not like, they're off spouting nonsense that they don't believe in. Some of them are spouting nonsense that they don't believe in, but if they believe in it, might as well let them speak. And that this person's attacking this, and this. What does it matter? They have a right to speak. You have a right to say what they're saying is BS. And honestly, I don't care either way. But I'm not gonna stand for censorship. YouTube has done some censoring in the past, and I don't necessarily agree with that, but they're trying to make it family friendly. If you go through and search on Patreon for pretty much any naughty word, you're gonna find it. That's it's not stopping anybody from saying things that are offensive. You choose to get offended. You choose to get upset over everything. And, you know, sorry, really sick. Not feeling great. But, no, it's having a right to speak is what makes us, or one of the things that makes us American. We have the right to public discourse. We have the right to converse with people who have differing opinions. And then going through and shutting them down because you don't like it, that's not okay. That's not okay for anybody. And I realize if somebody seriously offends you, you want them to stop talking. It's YouTube. Change the channel. That's it. It's not that hard. It's your choice. You sit there and watch somebody and get more and more angry. That's completely on you. If you are sitting there and actively doing research on somebody, put yourself in their shoes. You know, not going through and saying, oh, you're the devil because this, that, and the other thing. Because, you know, we're humans. No one of us is pure evil or pure good. We're not saints. And we're not demons. So, you know, if you're going to go through and say, hey, you know, this person doesn't have a right to speak, just think, what would it feel like if somebody said the same thing to you? You can't talk. You know, what you say offends me. You know, I try not to be terribly offensive to most people. I try to keep it real PG online, because, you know, I spent 6 years in the Navy. Swearing is a normal part of my vocabulary. Sorry, I'm gonna swear in my own private conversations. That's just how it goes. I keep it to a minimum online because, you know, I'd like to be able to teach people, and teaching as many people as possible is, you kind of got to keep it PG. You know, I run a farming channel. You know, farming and woodworking and getting into metalworking later. And nobody knows where their food comes from. You know, we all go to the grocery store. Actually heard of a kid that thought that all of the meat came out of magic in the back of the butcher shop. Didn't know that, you know, it was an animal that died to make food. Didn't know. You know, 50 years ago, that kid would have been looked at like a nutter. They were like, you're crazy. Because everybody knew where their meat came from. Everybody knew where their vegetables came from. But I'm getting a little off topic. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave my Patreon up. If somebody somewhere decides, hey, I'm gonna give you a little bit of money, I'm gonna look into posting a PayPal link, because, you know, if you're like, hey, I've got $20 here and there, or $5, 30 cents, you know, and send that to me through PayPal. If you want to do that, cool. And, you know, I've got a Instagram that I'm starting to get more, you know, active on. But yeah, no, there was a quote that I'm gonna butcher, but is, I may disagree with everything you have to say, but I'll fight to the death for your right to say it. I'm not gonna support calls to violence, because calls to violence is kind of a crime, just a little bit. But if you believe that the government would be run one way or another and it would be better, it's your right to say it. I may disagree with you, but it's your right to say it. I'm not dying, I swear. It just sounds like it. But yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to post a link to my Instagram. Now, I'm gonna figure out how to post a link to my PayPal. But I'm not gonna be actively supporting Patreon anymore. I am not for censorship in any way, shape, or form. That's all I got for today. Y'all have fun. Bye.